Composite shapes are made up of more than one shape. So either we have to find the area of one and add it to the other. So in this case, we have a square plus a triangle. Or we find the total area of this rectangle, and then we subtract what we don't want from that triangle. So we're going to find the area of a couple of composite shapes here. These ones look like we add them together. So for here we have two shapes. We have a rectangle, which is 5 centimeters by 2 centimeters. And then what? A square. And I know that this is 2 centimeters as well because it has those two lines on it. So the total area, or the area, is going to be equal to the length squared times length times width. Sorry, total mistake, plus. That should totally be a plus. So we'll have length squared plus length times width. Or the other way around, doesn't matter. You can have length times width. But they're two different things, and we have to remember that. In this case, the 2's are the same. So those are actually 2 of the same.
You're forgetting about the 3.
How can we use the 3? What is the 3 going to give us? Because it's a good question.
Yeah, because I was just like, you got the 2's, you got 5.
That's a great question. Look. What does that little dashy line mean?
The same. So
Not, no. That's where you're thinking of separating them.
Yeah, because the 2 is equal to the other side as well, you know?
So then, exactly. So then how much is that equal to?
What do you mean? 5.
That little dashy line by itself. If this is a square,
Oh, yeah, 2. No.
it's going to equal 2.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 plus 3 is 5, which is that side length.
Yeah, so
How much, you're absolutely right, but how much is this side length?
5. Yeah, 5. It has to be 5.
Why does it have to be 5?
Because it's a right angle.
Interesting. I'm going to tell you that that is 4.
How is it 4, sir? Oh, because it's smaller than 5.
Because how long is this one?
5 centimeters.
2. How long is this one?
3.
No.
2.
What's 2 plus 2?
2 plus 2 is 4.
Okay. So we could use that 3 to make us absolutely certain that that's 2. So we know we have a square. That's what that 3 is there to tell us. We could also do this. We could ignore this line, and we could do a dashy dash line here. And then we would use just different dimensions. We'd have 2 rectangles. We'll come back to that one. But for now, I'm going to write 2 squared plus 2 times 5. And again, it can be in an opposite order. What's 2 squared? What does that mean to square something?
Half.
No. When you square a number, what do you multiply it by?
The same number.
The same number. So 2 times 2 is?
4.
And what's 2 times 5?
10. Yeah.
Yeah. Total area of those two spaces is 14 what?
14 squared.
Centimeters squared. So the unit is square centimeters. Now we have to think, how do we divide this one up? I'm thinking I see a rectangle and a triangle.
No, I don't see that at all.
Let me help you out.
In half, so it's a square. No.
If I were to do what you're suggesting and make it like a square, I'd still have a strange shape to deal with.
No, like, you go diagonal.
Like this?
No. Literally where you had it before.
That's not, this is at 90 degrees, I hope. At least it should be.
Yeah, there.
So that makes this 5. But now I've got to divide that 12 up. What do I do?
What do you mean?
Well, this whole thing is 12,
Yeah.
but I have to split that 12 up.
Well, maybe like 4.
Well, if this is 9,
Oh yeah, it'll equal 9.
the other side would be 9.
And that would be like...
Yeah, what would it be?
That would be 3 centimeters.
Is that right, everybody? 3 centimeters? 3 meters, I mean?
Yeah.
Because 9 plus 3 is 12. And we know that if we have a rectangle at 90 degrees, that's going to work. length times width is our rectangle plus what's the area of a triangle? It's 1/2 of
Square.
base times height. So our length times width is our rectangle. That's 5 times 9, or 9 times 5. Plus, what's 1/2? What are the base and the height? 5 is one of the numbers of my triangle, and 3. What's 9 times 5? No, you were right, 45. And this is 15 over 2. And what is half of 15? What's half of a smaller number? What's half of 14?
7.
Yeah. What's half of 16?
8.
So what's in between 7 and 8?
9. No, that's higher. 7. 7.5. 7.5.
That is correct. And then we just add them together, and so our area is going to be equal to 52.5 meters squared. And it's the unit of meters that we write down squared. 52.5 isn't squared, the unit is squared, square meters. So now I've got a square, because these sides are the same, and I'm going to take away the area of that triangle. So what's my formula going to be? Area equals, what's the formula for the area of a square? You multiply side by side. So if I get that, I'm going to get all of this area. What do I want to take away from this area? Right. So I want to take away this triangle. So I'll find the whole area, and then I'm going to subtract that. So take away, what's the area of a triangle again? You can find the area of any triangle by multiplying the base and the height and dividing that in 2. So taking 1/2 of the area of the base times the height. And we've got to be at right angles to find our base and height. So 7 squared minus 1/2 of 4 times 3. What's 7 squared, everyone? 49. If you use your calculator, you'll get it right. And then we want 1/2 of, what's 4 times 3?
12.
So 1/2 of 12, 49 minus 6, what's our area? We're at 43 square centimeters. So that is the area of the square minus the triangle. What 2 areas do I need for the last one? What is the big shape there?
The triangle.
There is a triangle in there, but we want to take the triangle out. Yes?
Triangle. Yeah.
But we want to take that out.
Square. Big square.
Yeah, the whole thing is a square. So what is the area of a square? Length times length, which in shorthand is length squared. Literally the word square. And I'm going to add or subtract the triangle. Subtract, because I'm taking out of that total area. And once again, what is the area of a triangle? I'm going to write it a different way this time. 1/2 base times height. I don't know which works better for your brain, but my brain likes that one. Base times height divided by 2.
Yeah, that equals. Yeah, that's yeah.
So both is exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. So
The other one better.
use the other one. You're going to win either way. Exactly. So 6 squared minus, what's my base and what's my height?
Your base is your height is 6.5. 6 and 6.
Don't want to guess. I'm going to assume that because all these other ones are equal, that's going to be 6. 6 and 6 and 6 and 6. So 6 times 4 over 2. 6 times 6 is,
36.
you're right. And how do you want to do this one? 12. How did you get to 12? Yeah, you're right. I just wondered how you got there. 6 times 4 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. Or you could cancel between the 4 and the 2, divide both by 2. You still get the same answer. So 36 minus 12 is our area. What is our area?
24. 26.
No, you're right, 24.
24.
Trust your maths. That is the area of the shaded area.
Goodbye.
That's it? That's it? We did it.
Make sure you subscribe.